Now, there are speculations that we discussed earlier too about how this happened and why this happened and what people are thinking. But some say that this was a cyber attack, that it attacked basically it was a cyber attack on the ship's electrical system. Um, Hence
The power outages.
power outages that happened a couple times while it's going towards the bridge. The ship
Yeah.
is going towards the bridge.
You want to pull up the video, and then we'll go
yeah.
ahead and discuss the whole incident.
Let's pull up the video. Do the other video first, like how it's coming towards. Well,
I don't have that one.
okay, so yeah, pull up. This is let me just explain really quick because this is a fast-paced one. So
The boat is hyper speeding.
yeah, so this someone
It's
someone
obviously
took the
sped up,
someone took this video and sped it up so that you could get an understanding of how drastically the
turn.
the ship turned and headed directly for that pillar of the bridge.
And you can also see the power cut out a couple
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. So if you guys watch, you'll be able to see the power cut twice.
And then
And then-
huge black smokes coming out.
So there it is. There's the turn, and it kind of does a little rewind. So we come in, power on, off, on, boom.
So you see
Big
that
turn.
you see that big drastic turn, and it's turned so that it goes right to that pillar.
It does look, for the benefit of the doubt, that very last second, it looks like he tries to turn the wheel to not hit it.
Yeah,
But
but the initial drastic churn
Right.
is for, it looks like it's deliberate and it's churning to literally come for the
Again, yeah.
pillar.
But
So
just to say, we are not nautical experts. I don't think anybody's ever driven a
Yeah.
cargo ship.
none of us
This
are.
is, again, speculation. It's just from what it looks like, and we're just calling it like we're seeing it. It seems like it did turn straight in. Now, whether whatever happens when that boat loses power, we're not sure, but they also didn't give much time of a mayday. I think obviously it wasn't enough time for security to clear the bridge. There was also, they didn't have a guidance, which I'm pretty sure they need like a, what is it, a harbor guide?
Harbor master.
Harbor
Well,
master or
So
guide?
tugboats. So tugboats are supposed to guide them, basically tug these ships all the way out and to the open sea and then let them go.
Right.
Now, this is nowhere near the point where the tugboats should have disconnected and let the ship go on its own out to the open sea. They should have been tugged. The ship should have been tugged. Now, there are some facts, I guess, of the tugboat industry or the tugboat companies, I guess, the companies that make the tugboats for the guidance of these ships off of the harbor. Apparently, the Biden administration cut like something like 40% investment towards those companies to be making tugboats. So apparently there is not enough tugboats, but why is that an excuse for the tugboat
weird.
to disconnect from the ship before it reaches the open waters? Why? It doesn't make sense. For all we know, captain could have been, I don't know. He could have been drunk. He could have fallen asleep on the wheel.
Texting.
Texting was, yeah. I mean,
Could have been blind.
Could
Could have been blind.
have been blind.
Ain't be
yeah.
the first
Sorry,
time.
I misspoke. It's harbor pilot.
Oh, the harbor pilot. Okay.
Is that what
yeah.
it is? The harbor pilot? Okay.
Either way, I mean, they're a part of the harbor
Mm-hmm.
was supposed to be, someone was supposed to be assigned to the boat
Right.
to be able to, like you said, to guide it for literally something like this not to happen.
Right.
And here we are. They also, the Mayday was given at nowhere near enough time to clear the bridge, because you can obviously see where vehicles fell into the harbor. So that's completely out of the window. There's no extra time.
Something that people might have forgotten, and this is also part of the speculation of why this might be considered a black swan event and why this might be something that was done purposely. It's it may be related to Russia attacking us. Because here's the thing, okay? People forgot, or maybe they didn't, that not too long ago, recently, we had a mass shooting in Russia.
In Moscow, yeah.
We had a mass shooting in Moscow, the Crocus Theater, I believe it was. Now, that it killed a whole lot of people. I think it was over 140 people have been killed in that incident, in that mass shooting in Moscow. You know, hundreds were injured. After Russian intelligence agencies' investigation, they confirmed, and you know, this is them saying this, that they confirmed that behind the mass shooting, there it was who was responsible for the mass shooting. Basically, they said it was U.S., Ukraine, and Israel. That these three countries were behind the mass shooting that happened in Moscow. Now, this is why a whole lot of people are speculating that this might be retaliation from Russia, because Russian former president, forgot his first name right now, but his last name is Medvedev. This guy put out a statement after that shooting, and he said, blood for blood. So a lot of people are speculating that this might have been something that was done by them as a retaliation to what happened in the mass shooting, and whether it was a Russian cyber attack into the ship's electrical system, or whether it was one of their inside jobs. Maybe it was a Russian Dmitry Medvedev. Yeah, and so maybe it was a Russian illegal immigrant that poured in through our southern border. Who knows? And hid himself amongst the crew of this ship and caused this.
Agent man.
Yeah. So like there has been multiple speculations, and some people claim that no, this was done by the Russians as retaliation to the mass shooting that happened over there. And Ukraine afterwards came out and said, that, well, Ukraine after the mass shooting came out and denied that they had any hand in that, they had anything to do with that. ISIS, they took the claim. They said,
yeah, they took responsibility for it.
They
Did you
said
see
that we
guy
did it.
getting rolled into the courthouse in Russia, and he was like unconscious.
Yeah.
They probably
yeah, there are some
fucked him
gruesome.
up.
Yeah, all of them were messed up, dude. One dude lost his eye.
Yeah, dude,
It came out of his socket.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into the details of the guys that they captured, the mass shooters that they captured, and then what form of torture they put them through.
Everything they needed.
I'm not gonna go into that. You guys can look that up yourself. But yeah, those guys, some of them, most of them, I think, were captured, and they were put through the horrible torture. And the most important part is that the mass shooting happened and people did die and get injured. And that was tragic.